Two of them, please.
Really appreciate you, man.
Get that other
We
one.
live. 5, 4,
Thank you.
3.
This one was open. They always say if the cap is.
Let us share it first.
This one was open. They always say if the cap is loosened, I can like sue or
5,
something.
4.
Do you
3,
just pour
2,
water back in
1.
these?
We going on a trip in our
Some people
favorite
do stuff
rocket
like
ship. Coming through the skies, little Einstein.
Did you hear that question?
The live didn't come up.
First of all, she said she might leave the play because she busy. He said, why, you ain't fucking enough? I don't want to hear nothing else from Elam
The
today.
mics are off, right?
I don't hear nothing else about Elam today.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. We are back. Did
Yay,
y'all miss
yay.
us or what?
Right, we've been gone forever.
I know it's Friday and we are back 3 and a possible and we have no possibles today.
Everybody here, and we got an extra back there now.
I don't know.
In the
I
production
know.
studio.
I don't even know if Michael should be on here. I don't know if he got any notes for his unexcused absences.
I know.
That re-
Listen.
Just so everybody know, if we're not here, if no one's here, it's 100% Michael's fault.
Exactly.
100%.
100%.
No,
And then it would be like, see y'all next week. Okay.
Yo,
Yeah.
Right.
let me tell you about this dickhead.
At like 9:30.
Right? This dickhead goes to us, hey, y'all, look, I got something to do. So, who's coming in tomorrow? We all chime in. Me.
And
This
then that's-
asshole said, okay, see y'all next week.
He
no,
did.
somebody
You're
tapped
right.
out.
He
No,
took his
nobody
phone and
tapped
went
out.
in the house.
No. Nobody
Michael,
tapped out.
that did not
Nah, I
happen.
definitely didn't tap out.
For the last
No.
2 weeks, Michael has thrown us a curveball. Not in a bad way.
Oh, the
He
day
he
of?
You threw a curveball,
and
bro.
was like, y'all remember I said I got this wedding to go to,
They
right?
ain't tell no goddamn body.
Michael, you know you ain't tell us about
Ain't
that
tell a goddamn
wedding.
soul about Men don't talk
First of
about
all,
weddings to
you
men.
forgot probably.
First of all, you gonna stop using my ailments against me.
Come on,
You know
yo,
what I'm
man.
saying? I
That's
have
hilarious.
a problem. You know what I'm saying? Hi, my name is Cole. Hi, Cole.
We are back. We are back. Country Cutie, how was your last show?
Man, the show was amazing.
Yeah.
The show was amazing. Exhausting, but amazing.
Good.
Oh, we got an extra possible in the house.
Right, exactly.
I forgot for just now.
I just heard somebody holler. He holler.
Yeah,
He's
we
so
had-
cute.
They done delivered a baby in
Right,
here?
right. Jaden had a baby.
That's
in the
how
middle
long.
of the
That's
show.
how long it's been since we've been up here. Jay had a whole baby.
What you been up to, Elam B. King?
Listen, I'm under the weather right now, so if I happen to have an extra little sexy on here today, it's because I'm a little nasal. So
Now
y'all
you
just
about
gotta-
to get COVID. See?
You know.
See?
You almost got muted for that. You almost got
Now
muted.
you got COVID. Fuck around. Where's my mask?
Right.
This is 6 feet at least, right? I'm 6.
Listen,
Still got what?
It is the
Still got
beautiful,
what?
you know, it's the-
2023.
oh my gosh.
You know
I
that
don't,
man.
and you know that,
Yeah,
like, and pulled it right out quickly too.
Yeah.
Look, it's bedazzled.
Don't play with it. Don't play
I
with
like
it. Don't
that,
play
though.
Hold
with
on.
it.
First of all, that mask ain't catching nothing.
That shit is Mortal Kombat.
Right. Right.
Get over here.
Country Cutie look like
Oh,
Kanye West.
The big Chinese hat.
That-
Get over here.
You got a little,
You're
and you got
mad.
the
Look like
green on
Kanye
this little
West.
reptile. You looking
Oh,
at?
my
I
gosh.
did
That's
that.
hilarious.
I had
Oh,
to make
my
my
goodness.
mask fashionable.
Get over here. It's
Hey.
definitely not safe, though.
Welcome
I mean,
back.
it
What you
got
been
me
up to,
through.
Mike?
Shit.
gotta put that mask on
Tired
the
of being
mask.
in Mexico. I was tired of Mexico. I was ready to come home. I ain't want to see no goddamn Taco Bell, no La Parrilla. And I didn't even want to go to Home Depot, goddamn. I
Damn.
was tired. It was just.
Damn. You
was
went to
tired
Home
of
Depot?
vacation.
I said I didn't want to go to Home
Because you were
Depot.
tired of Mexico. That's so racist.
That, oh, no.
Yeah,
See, I didn't catch it. It went.
couldn't even
Oh,
That's disrespectful.
that
That ain't funny.
That's
HR.
horrible.
Right.
That was
College.
horrible.
Right. And
diversity and inclusion.
HR to
Right.
Studio B.
That's the diversity.
HR complaint in Studio B.
Whatever the sound bite is, the views displayed on this platform
I had
does
nothing
not
to do
stand.
with what that man just said.
I
I
have
didn't
things to
even. I
learn.
didn't even get the joke.
Hold up. all that shit Kobe saying, and y'all
Wait,
gonna
wait.
get on me.
How do you just pull somebody? How you
gotta
snitch
pull
on
you.
me and I didn't even say nothing?
He did.
The bus has been
Come
driven
back.
over you.
Look, he the one. Look, they get caught. He get caught shoplifting. Come back, Cole. They caught us. Come on, they caught us. Cole Parker. Black hoodie. Come back, they caught us.
Michael,
Oh my God.
Rainy.
No, for sure.
Rainy.
Look,
That's
y'all,
a real
I
life
can't. There's
skin.
no,
Shine.
no immediate burst of laughter today, please. I can't do that.
Jesus, Michael.
Michael,
My
that
lungs
was
can't take that.
horrible. You the
That's-
poster child for misery and joy's company.
Yeah, all right.
You are the
That is
poster
it.
child. If I
Y'all
got to
won.
go down,
Right, everybody
You going down
goddamn.
with
Hey, for 48.
I'll
don't
never
do
do
a prank
anything
on
in front of you.
Right. You didn't do it for
Hey, but let me
one wing at churches. You just
Let
gave it
me
up.
say this real quick. For everybody who's dealing with allergy issues here in Atlanta, I just want to say that, the pollen is probably at its worst. And just, we only got a couple more weeks to bear with this. But, we can... I love it.
Right, he
I
hears
love
some
it.
bullshit too.
Look,
Let me
Did you
tell
hear?
you, the child even knows.
look.
HR.
Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, I think Atlanta has probably the most beautiful springs I've ever seen. But then this pollen stuff, this thing is terrible.
I know. I'm a little biased, but DC has beautiful springs.
I'm
bruh.
still going to say Atlanta
my
right
goodness.
now. It's number
Alabama
one.
has
Them
beautiful
cherry
To
blossoms.
really be biased,
springs.
Look.
LA's always spring.
So yours don't count.
It's
Yours
always
don't
spring
Yeah.
in LA.
Yours don't count. Hold on. You,
You know
say
what I'm saying?
Alabama?
Alabama has some beautiful springs.
They do got some real pretty
Be
parts. of
damn
Alabama.
hot as hell in spring down there,
They
don't
sure do.
Yeah.
It
It's
be-
going to turn
ooh.
real Africa hot in about 2 weeks everywhere,
for
though,
sure.
give or take.
I can't wait to sit by the pool. That's my favorite pastime in the summer. Sitting by the pool with a good drink.
Really?
Oh, we
See,
know.
fuck
We
a
saw
pool.
your.
Oh,
Yeah, we've seen
your
the-
thirst
I
trap
cannot-
pictures
I-
last
I'm
year.
looking
Hey,
forward.
Y'all don't even follow the
Hey.
Snapchat.
Oh, man. I ain't know
Get
about
your
that. Forget. Right.
Cole, she was like that,
With
Cole.
with the hat, I'm just like, okay, country, cute.
Just know I clean up well.
You
That's
do.
it.
You
She
do.
cleans up well.
Oh,
I'll give you
man.
little boy all day long. But that one moment, I step out. But you going to get grown man most of the time.
Yeah, I heard that.
That's so funny.
Hilarious. Cole, you looking sharp today, bro.
Man, I'm really not, man.
Yeah.
But I appreciate that.
Yeah. Yesterday, 420.
Oh, it's still
Big
420.
celebration.
I half slept, so I felt it was a long day.
Yeah.
Let me
what's
tell you
420
how.
was that? What's
Let
that?
me tell you how unplugged
Hold
I am.
on, Country Cutie.
What?
What'd you say?
You said yesterday 420. What was that?
Oh, come on, E. Come on, E.
I'm just saying, what?
Let me tell you
Fucking
What
how.
hands
happens
raised in the
I can't
suburbs.
even get mad
I'm
at
just-
him because
I would just like to
took
know.
a mental day 4/19 and was pissed I had to work yesterday. I said if I held out, I just really
One day.
needed.
You'd have been so much better.
I literally
can
told my
somebody tell
manager,
me
I was
what
like, I need a
yesterday
mental day and took it the wrong day.
Can you tell him what
What was-
I ain't
420
telling that
is?
shit. He gave me homework this
We
morning
go
before
like
the
this
show.
revival?
No,
That, you go to
420,
revival?
I refuse to believe that you're this blonde.
No, I'm just.
420 is
Blonde.
the day.
Come on.
Chrissy.
I refuse to believe that you are this blonde.
I'm trying to understand.
like
Is it
game
Chrissy,
day?
Chrissy Snow from Three's
It's
Company.
marijuana day.
Weed
Oh,
day.
I heard about that before.
Oh my God.
That's what's funny is he's high as he heard about it.
Right.
You missed the day to smoke it on.
Right.
But you
It just-
indulge.
You know,
because today is National Piss Test Day. So
is it?
Yeah,
Oh,
they got
yeah,
smart.
definitely.
They
Oh,
got
yeah, they
smart.
hit you.
yeah,
They
they're
do
gonna
hit
get
you.
you on that one.
I mean, if you're going to get a job, get one that support the cause. I'm
Well,
just
my
saying.
pee is probably green. So it's gonna be real. They gonna I'm being coming. They gonna be like, you know what, Mr.
yeah,
Parker,
keep it moving.
We already know.
Yeah, we already know.
come back in 30 days.
How long y'all think it's gonna be before George is gonna catch on? I mean, huh?
Well, they
I mean,
are
it's-
medicinal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that, but
That's caught on. I mean, you got to
You got-
take the wins.
Yeah, you got to understand. This the Bible Belt. They're gonna be the last, one of the last.
You know you got a mic
You
over
right?
there
Yeah,
too,
you
bro.
talking to
So
us.
we can- yeah,
Nobody here can hear you because you talking on the side of the mic. Right?
So as I project, it goes there. I stand to
Sound
the
man don't
side.
understand sound.
I stand to the side so I can see you all.
Jesus.
You know.
Today is also National Clean Out Your Medicine Cabinet Day.
ooh,
Now, as I've been getting older, I've been a little bit more aware of checking dates on medication.
I don't even take that much medicine.
Me either. I take vitamins.
I wonder if
Those
that's
expire,
just
too.
because
Yeah, but
is that like a money thing, or does it really like expire, like it don't work no
It's
more?
a
Because
No,
I've
let me
taken
see.
old
Okay.
medication before and
It
it's
works,
worked.
but it loses potency.
Yeah.
There you go.
So a 500 milligram Tylenol, expired might be 250 milligrams.
You might be double popping, so keep it moving. Today is also National Chocolate Covered Cashew Day.
Oh, I'm going to get 'em.
Yeah, that's the only thing I do with
I
chocolate.
love
See, I do
chocolate
peanuts,
covered cashews.
almonds. I do all that shit.
First of all, cashews are the best nuts out. No pun.
Chocolate's my favorite.
disagree.
How about
Too
that?
much.
Chocolate's my
Too
Too much
favorite.
behind
I
that.
disagree.
It was a whole
No pun
setup.
intended.
I
We're
can
not
put
even gonna
HR
go
in it.
I
there.
said no pun intended.
Okay.
I saved it. But
Well,
But it
I'm
just it
gonna
was
stop
too
by.
late. It was too late when it was said.
After I leave here, I'm going to
Cashews.
TJ Maxx because they be having the bomb chocolate covered cashews
Yeah.
at TJ Maxx.
And then last but not
Or raw.
least, today is National Kindergarten Day.
Oh.
Frederick Wilhelm August
makes
is
no
credited.
sense.
What?
National Kindergarten.
Yeah,
at the
like
end
is
of the
it
school
national
year?
first grader?
He's credited with
Everything.
starting the very first kindergarten on this day back in 1837 over in Germany. So he gets credit for that.
And then they came up with the
I'm
rest
here
of the
for that.
grades after that. I didn't even. Wow.
No, the rest of the
The-
grades
the
came
gra-
first.
You're right.
Kindergarten came last.
Thank you, country cutie.
I did not. I'm today years old knowing that. I did not know that.
He just told us that.
He kind of did read it.
Well, he said national kindergarten. I didn't know it was going forward or backwards. I didn't know.
Mom, I'm today
I didn't-
years old to know that you're blind.
I'm
Yeah.
just. I'm asking questions.
Elam sent a video homework at fucking 7:45.
This
and
is
the
what we
show
gonna talk
started
about
at 8.
today.
One more outburst like that, and you're gonna get a drug
I'm just
test.
saying, man. I'm just presenting information. I don't
They
understand.
threatening you with a
Now,
drug
see, if
test,
I don't
Elam.
say nothing, you know, it's just
Elam.
I can't
Elam's high now.
win. Really am.
All right,
Not true.
asking for a friend.
Hey, so well, it depends on which part we want to break up
It's
on.
your
There.
Now it's
topic.
parts. It
So-
wasn't parts a few seconds ago.
So no, this
God
actually,
damn it.
I'm gonna send this to the husbands, right? So in the video, it's basically a video, and a man is, it says first time husband, and he's just presenting different things that he has to encounter, right? And so he talked about bills and stuff like that. But I want to go to the first one where he says that okay, so if I'm wrong, if his wife is wrong, that he still has to apologize. Do you as husbands, would you give that as feedback to a new husband to say that, hey, when she's wrong, you still have to apologize?
No.
I definitely don't agree with that. But I would say at some point in time, you're going to learn to agree when you disagree.
Okay.
You're just going to just say, you know what? We agree to disagree. So let's just go ahead and let bygones be bygones. But I'm not going to fucking apologize if you're wrong.
Right.
And,
I don't care who it is.
And a lot of times too in marriages, one thing you got to be conscious of is that you don't have to be always honest right then.
Fuck that. I tell
Okay.
the truth.
Oh no, break that down. sir. Hold
I
on.
tell the truth. Fuck what
No,
Mike's
no,
talking
no,
about.
I'm not talking about lying
Mike
or
gonna have
anything
his
like
shit
that. I'm
outside.
talking about, for instance, I'll give you a perfect example.
Mike's
Perfect
shit going to be
example.
outside when he get off
If Country Cutie, if we went to Country Cutie's play, right, and she stunk, and after the show, Country Cutie said, "Hey guys, how did I do?
Terrible.
He would. He would. He would.
How did I
But
do?"
I understand.
I'm not, even though I know it sucked, I'm not going to be honest right then. I'm going to say, "Oh, you know what? The production was off the
You
chart."
gonna find a good talking point.
Good talking points.
Mm-hmm.
But then,
Provide the
once
feedback.
she's away from that high of being on stage,
Or
Once
away
she's
from in
away,
front of people.
or just another day, like it's simmered down.
Hey, baby, here goes
Come
some
back and
acting
give
lessons.
the honest feedback
And
at
I-
that point. Because now,
Baby.
if I
Let
say
me-
to her, "Hold
allow
on,
me
time
to
out."
enjoy my moment.
Right, exactly. Let you
Yeah.
enjoy the moment.
Shit.
Because if I crush her and say, "Oh, that was terrible,"
And
She's done.
I think that right there is wisdom, honestly speaking, because
Shit.
you have to know, number one, that sounds like picking your battles. It sounds like, loving in a moment and giving feedback when it can be received versus just terrible. Because sometimes, in a moment,
But that's
sometimes
my
it
love.
cannot.
That's what
and
I was about to say.
That's my love.
Some people have sarcastic love.
That's
Okay.
my
and
love.
they joke that
and,
way.
and I get, and if it works in his household, I get that.
Yeah.
But there's more that don't than do. But I respect it if Vanessa, if she
Yeah.
can handle that, cool. But on average, most cannot. The level of sensitivity, you got to watch that.
No, I had to
Particularly-
talk to my ex about that.
especially if you just started dating
Oh,
someone or
yeah.
something like that. You know what I'm saying? and you don't know how they receive that feedback, you gotta.
Don't ask
I don't agree with that.
I say don't
Cause
ask
my
me.
ex used to play with me, and I was like, "Are you trying to fight me or what?"
Yeah.
Because I don't see why you keep feeling the need to reprimand me or tell me when I mess up. Like, why is that your job?
Oh, I'm not
to
overly
correct?
that petty.
I'm just saying, it's levels to it.
I got that
It's
in
just
you.
like, why
So-
do you feel like each time it's like wrong, and it's like, dude, you're supposed to be on my
You
side.
get ready to point it out.
Now,
Yes.
the one I do lie about is, do you think I gained too much weight? I be
Uh-huh.
like, right twitch. I don't ever answer that shit. I don't never, no weight, no look.
And what I want to add to that is
None
that
of that
sometimes, as you said, and I just want to point this part out, sometimes you have to remove yourself from the environment and or sometimes, wait till there's a better time when both of you are calm in order to have
Right.
maybe some aggressive feedback of giving, maybe you did do something wrong, but instead of me talking about it right then, maybe I'll wait till Sunday at 6:30 and say, hey, you know what, Rainy, can we just talk about what you did on
happened?
Thursday? That was not, and kind of
Yeah.
giving the feedback then versus in the moment because
Yeah.
you're not able to receive it sometimes.
Well, you
Yeah,
definitely
for
don't
sure,
need to
read
ask
the
me that.
room. Yeah, I say read
But
the room.
I do. That's my daily philosophy. Every day I count my blessings because I got it better than billions of motherfuckers, right? I
Yeah.
choose my battles and I agree when I disagree. That's my daily thing for interaction with people, for marriage, for whatever. Those are my 3 simple rules, and it just happens to work for me. But if you ask me, I do believe in some element of brutal honesty. So like that's just me. That way, I feel like you're always going to get that level of honesty from me.
I feel it's the
my
delivery.
But I'm never
Go
gonna say you sucked. But I was like, yikes. I'm
It's
like,
the delivery. Because I've learned to be a better friend, not just being brutally honest, but giving my honest feedback.
Right.
Because you can turn into a yes friend. I can't give
it's the
y'all a
worst.
perspective
Right.
from a marriage.
Oh, you did
but
great.
yeah, it's just like when my friends come to me with something that's objective, it's like I ask, like, can I be your friend right now? And I give my perspective on how I see it, but I also let them know I'm going to support whatever decision you make,
Right.
but this is how I viewed it.
I'ma come watch your shitty
against
acting
it,
ass.
yeah, if I'm
Yeah.
against it off real,
So-
I'm like,
But
So for the single people, like in the middle of having relations, if it's not good, should you just rise up and go and give the feedback that's
Well, and
good
that's-
right
that's-
then,
but that
or should you
happens.
wait till the end and then
it
then
depends.
give
Is
them?
the end gonna
No.
come?
But the
Just
point
did
I
it.
want to make y'all with that statement was the fact that I'm not saying don't be brutally honest.
right.
Or just
The
don't
point
be
is
honest.
you don't have to be honest right now
Or you can be
Yeah.
honest and not brutal.
in that situation.
you
don't
can
have
be
to
honest and not brutal.
Yeah.
and you don't have to tell them how you feel in that situation. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
So-
let it calm down and then go back.
Usually I
into
answer
So
that
in the
question
middle
with a
of
question.
relations, I should just get right up and just leave. I
Yes.
just-
Hold on, when you
If it's
say
that
relations,
bad,
you say
yeah,
having
fuck
sex?
it.
yeah.
Yes.
In the middle of, so you just
If it's
rise
that
up.
bad,
Okay.
yes. Why waste your time?
You don't.
You can't get time back.
I'm gonna go and finish this up. I haven't made it this
Shit,
far.
how about if I can't finish? If it's that, let me
Randy,
tell
would you rather him just rise up and roll out?
Yeah.
Would you rise up and roll out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you
It's-
really?
Yeah.
Why not?
It's
You
over.
can't get time back.
and dismount. All right.
It's over. It's just like it's a waste. It's a waste. It's like
Yeah. Can't get time
no,
back.
And then you bow.
no.
Right.
That is like,
Cause then it's another conversation because you know how guys are. Cause then you want to act that weird ass. So how was it?
So how was-
nigga?
What?
No.
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 do you give him that raw feedback right there?
I
Did
don't
you-
know. It depends on how upset I am.
But see, I think sometimes we are so concerned with how we would receive the information
Yeah.
that we're not willing to be honest. Once again, you don't have to be brutally honest, right? So I always tell people like myself who can be brutally honest,
Right.
one thing you could do is ask the question back. So how'd you think I did today? You know what? How'd you think you did?
Okay.
You know, let's start there.
Yeah.
Look.
Well, you know, I did forget my lines 8 times. I did fall 1 time. You know what? I'm gonna help you rehearse.
Hey,
And I'm
how,
out that bitch.
How was that, baby? So dinner was good.
Let's go from the
Not just
beginning.
from dinner.
Let me tell you
It
about
didn't
that
end.
sandwich.
It didn't end well.
Dinner was good.
Let me tell you about the Brussels sprouts.
But the teeth at the end, it was not good. Okay.
Look,
That-
I've hit a girl. I've not hit, but
That'll
I hit
get
a-
'em when they're
I hit a
heading
chick
home.
with one of those one time. Like, listen, I've already been circumcised. I don't need recircumcision.
Not.
And well, no, because some people should have been given feedback along the way because you're just kind of like, you're this
Excuse
age
me.
and
Yeah.
you're still using teeth. Like,
She
I don't
like this.
understand. Some people should have been given the feedback at some point, like, no, that's not good. And you're in your 40s and you didn't know that wasn't
think
good
that's
by
also
now?
having
Why
a
hasn't
mature-
anybody giving you that feedback?
Yeah, I
You know,
think
this
that's
why
blood
does
is
it
not
sound
regular,
personal?
right? This blood on my dick is not normal.
Oh my gosh.
Go ahead, country cutie, please.
I just think it's open conversations to have as adults because I feel like a lot of people have not been sexually educated, and so a lot of them still think off that teenage mindset to just say, "I'm in here, let's get it." You know what I'm saying? Instead
Not,
of
"I'm in
asking,
here."
like, for real,
I'm in
it's
here.
just
But
like,
I like that because
communicate. What do you like?
I
what
like-
do you want from me?
And I was literally having that conversation with somebody yesterday because every woman, you can't touch them in the same place and they're going to get aroused, right?
Right.
No,
So if you're
everybody's
not
individual.
asking her, hey, what's good for you, to just expect somebody to automatically know what to do all the time, there's nothing wrong with just asking a question.
It's
And I
you.
don't, huh? That's it's her.
It's you. Can you put your thing on silent, please, so we don't go through that again?
Yeah, but
Hey, Michael wasn't in here, huh?
Yeah, so see? Did you just lie on me? Did you just point at me?
With the
You didn't even turn your head.
how were you in kindergarten?
Did you
Oh, you
see
was
that?
telling on everybody.
Who was that? She didn't even turn her head.
National Kindergarten
That
Day,
is a
boy.
lie.
That's why it made me think about it.
Right.
Oh
But
my
you-
God.
Because you had to out me. If you
All
would
I
have
know
let it
is
be,
you light-skinned fools I'm never doing no dirt with.
You know,
Because
hey,
you and let's be honest.
country
I'm the
cutie.
person they gonna be in the car knowing it's mine. They like, who is it? What you gonna say, player?
I'ma
Because
be-
it can go two ways now.
All I know is the first to give up the information usually goes home.
I'm gonna tell you the for real truth
Okay.
this time. No, that was
Right,
right. In interrogation.
Let's
They
be
gonna be like,
honest.
who's is it?
That's me right there. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. That's me in
I
the middle of
just
an
wanna
argument.
say-
You know what? Let's be honest.
What you said, Jared?
Because
What you?
I just want to say, you two with these twists and dreads, y'all acting real gunner-ish right now.
Like
Real
Had to
gunner-ish.
get that one in, didn't
Yeah, real gunner.
Gunner.
y'all
ain't
snitching
tell.
like a
You
mud
man,
dog.
he
Gun
outside
ain't
though,
tell.
ain't he? Oh, okay. He know what the weather feel like outside.
See
don't
what I'm
he?
saying?
Cap.
You blatantly lied on me. Out of everybody in the room, I thought that we see now you're bringing that Elam.
I know.
Elamitis
Elam
over here.
yeah, he
that don't blow.
migrated.
You know,
Why
Hey,
is my
speaking of-
name being used in
I'm
a
done.
Right.
defamatory way?
goddamn
Speaking of-
Elamitis.
Speaking of gunner, ain't it snack time now?
Yes.
Yeah,
So
let's
let
talk
me tell
about
y'all,
some
snack
snacks.
time has been hard for me because I found it really hard to dive into entertainment when so much stuff is happening in real life.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's real.
And I feel really torn to say, let me just focus on being optimistic and the glass half full when it is depleting.
Yeah.
Okay.
So to see how the 16-year-old boy Ralph
Damn it,
was
that's my
shot,
dickhead of the day. Why you gonna
so
talk about
sorry.
my part?
I will move on.
See, and y'all wonder why I send my stuff ahead of time. You see what I'm saying? This won't happen with me, but go ahead.
It's just so many things, or just like being reminded that we're under systematic oppression. To know that a white person can murder a black person and you only do 2 years,
Right.
but Mike Vick fights dogs and get, half of a life sentence. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
it's just it's unfair. And I saw one quote that mentioned being black in America and being somewhat woke means you're angry all the time. Because we literally have so many things that we should be irate about.
Right.
But we're just like, I'm not going to focus on that. Let me allow the glass to be half full.
Right.
But then if you're like me, you feel bad being optimistic because there are so many subjects that need your attention or need your voice behind.
Were you
Right.
speaking in reference of Kim Potter?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. She was convicted of killing Dante Wright.
Yes.
With she thought it was a taser, but did we know that she only got a sentence of 2 years?
Exactly.
Anyway, so
And-
like, did we remember that? I don't think a lot of people remember when she was sentenced that she only got 2 years to
Right.
begin with. So,
But I mean, I never knew the initial, but to know that she only got 2 years and now they're releasing her for killing someone, whether it was an accident or not, I don't understand the empathy to other races and not to ours. It's just like anytime they do anything morbidly evil, it's just like, oh, well, let's show empathy. They had a bad day at work, the household. We factor in anything to give them a leeway to say other consequences made them act that way. But when you put someone of our hue on that same pedestal, it's always demonic almost. Like this person was a devil. They were evil stricken. We should not give them any empathy because they're bringing down the society. But yet again, who has most of the mass shootings?
But that's also how media portrays blacks.
This is for
Right.
sure.
Okay, so media being the driving force for education, unfortunately, in our society, right? When you victimize one organization of people, right?
Yeah.
And then you demonize or vilify, right, another organization of people. Sometimes it's hard for someone who's just receiving that information to understand that there are similarities that doesn't seem as different, right?
Yeah.
You got two black boys walking down the street with hoodies and jeans. They gotta be doing something.
Right.
Yeah.
You got a white boy walking around a campus with a big duffel bag and a vest and a tactical vest. He's just that type of kid that likes hunting.
Right.
Right?
Right.
So when we think about how media portrays both sides, we really have to delve into that. And it's more than just news. It's even the music that we listen to.
Oh, yeah.
It's even
Definitely.
the way we portray ourselves in TV and other
Facts.
cinematic type of industries, you know.
But and even to that music thing, somebody sent me a meme on Instagram, and it basically said that it was speaking towards rap, and it was just saying your industry, your music produces felons,
Yeah.
and I was just like, ooh. And then you have to think about, so we're actually behind some of these people too.
Right. Well, I
You
mean,
know,
shit,
so the
I take
mentality
it-
of what they're sending, whether it's sexual in nature or whether it's just, you know, getting this money in the wrong way in nature. But we have award shows that celebrate this thing.
Yeah.
Right.
So I
So
will say
so many.
But it's also we don't control the narrative.
this is true. So what I will say to close out snack time, because it's a snack and not an entree.
I mean, there's so many
we
different
had-
ways to
we had
unpack it.
divorce
Not an entree,
salad.
right?
I said divorce. I meant dessert.
But what I will say, I
We
was
had divorce.
reminded not too long ago of this interview that I did back in 2018. And so the interview was around being single at the time. And they were like, why do you think that you're single? And I was like, to be honest, hoes are winning. And it's nothing against it. Hoes are winning. And
my
I
vote.
was just like, they're winning, but it's
I think
just
hoes
like,
should win.
That's strong.
it's the truth.
I
It's
think
the
they
truth.
should.
Hoes are winning. But then at the same token, we put hoes on such a pedestal. You make women who do shoot for marriage. We make women who do want to work hard and not lay on their backs. I'm not going to say demonize. It's just the word at the front of my,
on.
mind. But
Say
we
it.
make them seem like it's bad, you
Right.
know, because we put all of our support behind hoes. I
Come
literally
on.
had to have a conversation with my homegirls to say I can recite a Lotto, Megan Thee Stallion song, and
Come
these
on.
women are 23, 24.
on.
Like, why am I preaching
Come on.
your
How old is that?
lyrics at 23, 24? Like, that does not sit with my lifestyle.
on.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's just, it makes me want to step back and be like, I am, and I'm not going to say idolizing, but I'm up here trying to check a man off a Lotto lyric, and this woman is 23.
Right.
Why would I take advice from you in relationships when I wouldn't take advice from you anywhere else in my life?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But
So that's the media.
It also
But-
goes back to instant gratification, right?
For
so
sure.
from a male perspective, right? So you could think that hoes are winning, but that's also because we're thinking now. We're not thinking 10 years.
For sure.
You know, like one of the biggest misconceptions that women that women say is, oh, you was fine with her being your child's mama when you slept with her. Oh, no, the fuck I wasn't.
Yeah.
Who the fuck thought that? I didn't know that you were
When
ovulating.
people
Right.
say stuff like that, it's kind of like, oh, well, you picked the wrong person. Well, when I was in the picking moment,
Right, I was looking
Yeah.
for
I
a
didn't
now.
know that 10 years down the road this was going to flip, or 5 years down the
Right.
road.
I
Or
wasn't even
what?
looking
I didn't
for
know
that.
that.
I wasn't even
that's-
considering
So am
it.
I a bad person because I didn't know that at 21,
I'm
at
not gonna
25
say
or whatever?
that, but definitely being more selective. Just
But,
like
you're right,
But
which is-
for what? Why am I selective with my right now? Why do I have to be that
because
selective?
right now can give you long-term effects.
Which
But-
definitely can, but same like driving, right? Do I drive to Kroger? Do I drive to Publix? Hell, if I get in a car accident, I can have long-term effects. There's a gamble with everything.
And this goes back to our previous conversation that we had a couple of weeks ago when it was kind of like when a man releases, we're not realizing how much we're releasing when we, ejaculate, right? We're losing power at that point. Once that baby go in there, the rights of us speaking towards what can happen to it, the rights in the courtroom, all of that, we're not even understanding what that is.
We're not
So
considering.
we're not even considering it.
That's the biggest thing. It's not about not understanding. It's about not in consideration.
Mm-hmm.
I have no consideration You want me to tell you what my thing ended? And once I get to my plan has been solved. When if I'm single, I go to a club.
Just tell me one more time. What does it sound like?
If I go to a club, I go to meet a woman. First thing I'm thinking is, I ain't thinking babies. I ain't thinking
child support.
I ain't
We're not
thinking
thinking half.
Right,
We're
none
not
of that.
thinking.
Truthfully, I don't even give a fuck what your name is. I'm okay with your nickname.
But I think that's the
I'm
problem.
okay with Country Cutie.
And you are
I
correct.
got
It
no
is a
name
part of the
with that.
problem.
Right,
Which is
right.
why I think I'm in these streets to try to help people understand, hey, you don't
Answer
know
your
down
phone,
the road
Rainy
what this thing
Kate.
can look like.
I'm sorry, wrong number.
Yeah.
No, it's me
But
from
that's
last
why
night.
I
feel
think
like-
that young men, if they really begin to understand, once you,
Right.
yo,
It's-
you about to lose. You have the potential of losing a
Yes.
lot if you have not
But that's
chosen
why
correctly.
I feel like more conversations need to
You
be
don't
had
choose.
because men are okay without taking that accountability.
Well, we're
like you
hunter-gatherers.
said. But I
I'm
understand
not, like
that.
he was saying, I'm not thinking
I don't
about
care
that
about
in
that.
that
I want it
moment
to be.
right
I
there.
want it to be more so thought about because as a woman,
And that's where I'm
these are
going with
things
it.
I think about.
That's your problem.
But look,
No,
Yes.
that's the reason why I don't got baby daddies.
No, so
Let's
stop.
go to-
Oh, let me say this one real quick.
Go on.
The reason why I say that's your problem, right? If you go into that one lay down, considering this might be my child's father, I might have a baby by this man and last all this time.
Mm-hmm.
He's thinking, well, it's a great chance we're not having a kid because we don't know each other. So even if you're pregnant, I don't plan to have a baby with you, believe it or not. You may be considering when you lay down with a man, hey, he might be a father. He's thinking, $1,000, $1,500. How much? What's it
I
going
don't
right
get
now?
why
what-
women have to be
what the,
responsible for you not thinking.
what
Taylor, you
Deion
got-
Cole, what Deion Cole has said,
What?
after you have sex with somebody, you just be like, well,
What you gotta say, man?
So all of my kids, they were playing. They weren't. It was thought of, and I still came out on the bottom end. So it's a gamble.
Ooh,
Well,
and
you know.
that's real. That's
But-
why I
but-
said even in your go ahead.
were
go
you
ahead.
married?
I was married. I was married the first time. The second time, I was going to get married.
Well, the problem
It goes
is,
back to the topic
Well-
I said
well-
before. And that's what I'm saying. That some of that when
Got
you
the evidence right there.
and here's the thing. I think I'm going to agree with you by saying that we should be making better choices.
You should.
I do agree with.
Ah.
But the level of the depth of even from what he said was even when you make the good choice, the way the courts are set up, we still can come out on the bad end. So is there even? I mean,
who the fuck thinks that far in advance?
but that's what we need to do,
But
though,
look-
sir.
but look,
That-
though,
we do need to do
I
that.
think
We
that far in
don't.
advance.
Here's what we need to think about.
Gorilla glue in a little hole.
Nah.
The older, y'all forgetting, y'all are getting older.
Right.
And shit is changing
Right.
at a faster pace than ever.
Correct.
For
Whether
sure.
it's climate control, whether it's
Whatever.
whatever. Even our habits as people nowadays, we don't have those same habits.
First of
Ain't
all, we
nobody
got
thinking
fucking
about
AI.
that. Right, we got AI now. Dude, and
got
that's
AI.
scary
Yes.
as hell.
That shit been that. So,
It ain't changing
so,
the courts.
so it's easy.
Listen,
Listen, it's easy.
it ain't changing how these courts are doing.
You're
though.
asking for things unnatural,
At this,
right?
Now,
That
yes.
is
Go ahead,
it's
go ahead, break that
unnatural.
down.
Now.
men are not made to think sexually that far in advance.
Nope.
We're not naturally made that.
So-
We're hunter gatherers.
All right, you're
It's a
not
whole
violent-
choice.
we're
We're
not
gonna have to
cleavers.
disagree on that.
We're not the
Just like he
cleavers
just said,
no
we're
more.
older, so we do now understand. We
Okay.
we can think like that if the
Yes.
education is given, and most of that is not given
but
to
that's
us.
be about
also
We just know about
experience
though.
driven.
Huh?
That's experience driven.
That's
But-
culturally driven.
Okay, so where it changes
That's
is your ass is in DR
Okay.
for a 4-day trip.
That would be a culturally driven.
Motherfucking Monsuela,
It's gonna get it.
she gonna get.
She gonna get it.
Where's all this? Oh, we need to do better at thinking.
Because in that
we should
culture,
consider
it's
that I
not
may
there.
be
but
near
watch
my
this.
child.
Definitely not
In
there.
that culture, they don't have the same laws that in this culture over here that we do have.
still have
So
a-
again,
you
let's
still
go back
can
to
have
the
a child.
You still can have a child, but we were talking about the things after the child, like what he was
No,
just saying.
we're talking
So
about all of it.
Hey,
It's
hold on,
all
though.
the same thing.
I'm sorry. My mama didn't raise a hoe. So a lot of things don't translate to me
Okay.
because I always think like that. I'm not finna lay down with anybody not knowing what could possibly be.
See, my mama,
And I mean,
my mama didn't raise me.
And I
like
was
your mama
raised.
raised you.
I was raised to be a hoe.
My mama ain't raised
My
no
mama
hoe.
raised a hoe.
Mine-
That's what I'm saying. I was raised to be a hoe. I honestly was. It took
My
a
daddy
lot
did-
of
my
Jesus
mama
to
raised a hoe.
transition me out of it.
My
But did he
Why
though?
buy the cow if you
I
can
heard
get the
Won't he
milk
do it,
for
but
free?
I ain't sure he did.
No, I just
I know Won't he do it, Elam.
He
but
did
I
it. He
ain't
did
sure
it. He did it.
Talking about
No.
Jesus transition about being a hoe. Yeah.
Hey, my mama was a player too, boy. You get that telephone call.
What?
Hello, can I speak to Tony?
But
Tony,
Country Cutie,
Tony, I don't
what
know
you're
no
seeing
Tony.
right now is the
Boy, give
difference.
me the phone. That's for me.
Mr. Tony.
She using her other name.
But in the culture that we are clear, none of us were raised together, and you see how all three of us were raised. Unfortunately,
raised by a
we
single
raise our
mother.
girls to be, virgins and just,
I'm
not
raised
to
by a
be
single
her.
mother.
And guys who just give them a condom and say go, if that.
Shit.
That's how the majority of young black men. That's how the majority of us were raised.
Men.
And we were judged based upon the money that we make and how much sex we could have. That's how we were judged.
The only men that do that are the ones that get those the marriages that they put together. Next to that, motherfuckers fucking with no purpose except to fuck.
That's word.
Men ain't fucking with purpose. We fucking the fuck.
That's true.
Country Cutie?
The dickhead of the day.
No, it's time for birthdays. It's time for birthdays.
it's a no for me.
Kelly, it's your birthday.
Yeah. Oh,
Here,
Come on,
Tonight.
Hey.
Thank you.
Yo, if you celebrate a birthday today, happy birthday to you. Birthdays are being brought to you by our very own Coach Oliver Adams.
Coach.
Yay, yay. Hey, you can check out his website, oliveradams.com, and you can check out his latest book, Fix Your Credit, Transform Your Life. And let's talk about some of these birthdays on April
it Taurus
21st.
season?
Is it Taurus season?
just
I think
now.
so.
Today,
Yeah.
first day. Okay,
Yeah.
shout out to the Tauruses out there. Tony Romo, 43
Okay.
years old today, former
43?
Dallas
Dallas
Cowboy. Rob Riggle, comedian, actor.
Oh, yeah.
50
Old white dude.
Yeah, he's only 53.
That's it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Speaking of older, Tony Danza.
Oh,
72
wow.
years old today. What first thing come to your mind when you hear Tony Danza?
I forgot the TV show, but the one when he was like the housekeeper.
That was Who's the Boss, right?
That one.
Yeah, Taxi for me though.
Okay, yeah, Taxi too.
Taxi
Yeah,
for
yeah.
me. What
Taxi
about
was
you?
dope.
Yeah.
I
No.
know. It's okay.
Yeah, he's 72. Also,
It feels like us talking about Wiley Chopper. I'd be like, who? What does the YLE stand for? E. Lawrence? What is that?
like last night, they had a concert over at the Roxy, Young Nudie. Everybody was like,
He got clothes on?
He was sold out.
Does he
though.
got clothes on? I ain't going to see no man named
No idea
Young
who that
Nudy.
person
Sold
is.
out.
That's
No
not like
idea
a
who that
charge.
is.
And he from the east side, so he brought
course.
the
Of Atlanta?
crowd. Uh-huh.
Of course.
So yeah, Young Nudie. She knows. She try to act like she don't know. She know Young
She been
Nudie.
talking
And
about-
right. And WB birthday for today, man. Queen Elizabeth, man. She passed away last year. Queen
She was
Elizabeth.
been 117
Queen
today.
Latifah?
97 today.
close.
Queen
97. No,
The original.
The Queen.
Right.
And then tomorrow, oh, you know what? Another WB birthday today. Tavares Jackson. I didn't realize he passed away. Tavares would have been 36. Football player. Tavares
Oh, yeah, he
Jackson.
died.
Yeah, he would have been 40 years old today. You dropped it. You remember about
I
it?
got two phones.
Okay.
One for the
He
plug,
would have
one
been
for the load.
passed away at the age of 36. Now tomorrow, Machine Gun Kelly, Jack Nicholson, Marshawn Lynch, Sherry Shepard, and DJ Drama.
Jack
DJ
Nicholson just came
Drama.
back out.
Who did?
Jack Nicholson, they said he was in he was to himself for the last 2-3 years. He came out, they talking about he was barely unrecognizable.
Oh yeah.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
Hey, a couple of stories in the headline. We already talked about Kim Potter, like Country Cutie was talking about. She was served 16 months sentence, will be released here soon after
16
killing.
months ain't even 2 years.
You know how it is. It was state. It was a state joint.
That's
so
a
you
year
know
and a
you
quarter.
get day
I
and
know.
day. It wasn't that fair time.
You get 65.
So yeah, she'll be getting out for the death of
Not that I
Dante Wright. Also, yesterday Elon Musk launched his rocket
Didn't
on
last long.
420.
What's another one?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he did it. He said it was testing. He said it was a test.
The one that blew up?
Yeah, the one that blew up.
Y'all
But-
remember when
No
his kids?
casualties, right?
Well, nobody was in there.
You remember when
no.
his kids they had the NASA blow up?
Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
Remember the jokes and shit the
I
kids
saw
had?
the
with it?
video.
What NASA stand for?
Need another 7 astronauts? That shit was so rude.
That's horrible.
Who said that?
The views of
Kids, when you was a kid. Well,
No, I ain't never said that.
But yesterday, with the rocket blowing up, He took a hit, y'all. Can you imagine? He lost $13 billion in a day.
That shit don't mean nothing to him.
It don't at all. His Tesla earnings plunged
shit
by
don't
money don't make
20%.
no
was
money.
13
Yeah.
billion. It was
Sure.
$13 billion.
Now he lost it in stocks, like you know this. You know
I
how
thought I was gonna say
shareholders
what
are.
rocket? Damn, I know.
But no, that rocket was high. As
Right.
But he still does all NASA stuff for SpaceX. So he
There is
winning.
no NASA.
He is NASA now.
They
he
decommissioned
is, yep.
NASA.
Yeah, he is.
Trump did.
Hey, y'all might need to put
didn't know
y'all
that.
paperwork in because Boy Scouts is about to release $2.4 billion to a survivors trust to over 80,000 men who
Right.
say that they were sexually abused while in the organization.
right? I heard about that.
2.4 billion,
Start over,
80,000.
Do that, man. How much?
Dang,
What's
Right.
that?
How much is that? Yeah.
It's hard to be a boy these days.
First of all, they got they using the church, the Catholic Church money.
Did you see what you call it? Ask for a tongue for the kid to suck on his tongue.
Yes, I saw that, and then he said that it was a joke, and I was
he
like, I said there was no joke in
I hate
that.
how they keep excusing these
And
persons.
let it keep on
First of all,
going.
y'all, this was the Pope.
That's
No,
not the
it
Pope.
wasn't the Pope.
It's
It
the
was the
other
Pope.
guy.
It was
It was the Pope.
It was
Dalai
not the
Lama.
Pope.
Dalai Lama.
Dalai
Yeah,
Lama. He's Pope-ish.
And he was like, it was a joke. First of all,
that ain't funny.
and
That's
the fact that I hate how strong
That's 30,000
or
per
how
person.
watered down I'm sorry's have become. They allow you to say I'm sorry as if that wipes away everything.
Yeah.
No.
It doesn't work in marriage either. I tried.
Yeah. And then the last one.
That's how we started
Shit
off
don't
the
work the
conversation
The
today.
last one, any of my runners out there, man. Y'all know we had the 10th anniversary of the Boston Marathon bombing
Jesus.
recently. If you didn't, there's a great special on Netflix.
It's
Y'all know
great
I
on
mean-
Netflix. The
saw
breakdown.
that?
I binged the whole thing. I was just
Yeah.
like, wow,
It was
the
only 3
breakdown.
episodes, bro.
I mean, I'm
Yeah.
just saying,
Nah,
just
it
like
was-
just in
that
one
was good,
moment,
though, wasn't it?
it was
That
really
was funny
good.
as shit. I binged the whole thing. You mean the 3 episodes?
That's but 3 hours. See, for somebody like me, 3
binged
hours is
3
a
whole
lot
fucking
of time.
episodes?
Yeah, it took
It's
me
a lot
minute
of
to
time
watch
for
it.
me. So,
But that was a great.
Oh, I watched the
Great,
movie.
Yeah.
great documentary.
It really
well,
was.
yeah, during the marathon, right? 26.2 miles. So you know, like you might have to use the bathroom. Dude, why one marathoner got caught taking a dump in somebody's yard because of the damn Ring camera? You can see them go in.
You
and
gotta
then-
go.
Yes. But you
That's
think about
hilarious.
it when you run the marathon, man. When you gotta go, bro.
I don't
Anyway,
know.
say keep
running with
I don't think I've ever been past about 4 or 5 miles myself. So
Not that walk.
Shout out to my wife Tasha.
I,
Shout out
Okay.
to
Shout out
Tasha.
to
She's
Tasha.
completed a marathon. She's
Oh,
done a
dope.
marathon
Really?
before. 26
Congratulations.
Tasha.
Yeah. I've done 2 halves, so if you
Okay.
put it together.
I did a
You still
5K.
under her.
And I think
That's important to me.
yeah, we don't celebrate 5Ks. Shout out.
Okay, you don't celebrate it. It was a win for
How
me.
about
Guess
that?
who did a 5K?
It's all
I
about
did.
the cause.
Thank
all
you.
about
Yes,
the
yes.
cause.
Thank you. Yes.
It's
thank
all
you.
about the
Kiss
cause.
my
Yeah, thank you.
ass. I was a part of
See?
it. I feel
Do you
accomplished.
see the irony here? They fucking the ones you need to be really sensitive about the things you say.
And in the
sometimes-
moment, we gave the immediate feedback.
The one
That's so
that's
funny.
the brutal honest one
The
was like, you
irony.
know what? It depends on the situation.
Congratulations.
That shit don't count.
You doing the Peachtree? What is this year?
Look, see,
I
look,
ain't
see?
doing shit.
Right, there you go.
Cutie, I used to do 5Ks all the time.
I like to do things that are fun. I did the color run. You ain't finna get me.
what do you
out
like to
there
do
just
that's
running
for fun,
Shut
Country
up,
Cute? I'm just
Elam.
asking
You go
a
to some parts of
question.
rural Alabama, you do a color run every day.
I want to do the. I think it's called the Panther Run. It's the one with all the obstacle courses.
Yeah, that
I
sounds
want to
like
do
fun.
it, but I don't want to. I don't want them to push me to complete it if I don't feel like completing it. Like I want to be able to do it, and
And
if I
quit
get
when
to
you
one,
want.
The peer
yeah,
pressure,
like,
peer pressure is
don't-
gonna push you
I
on through the
don't
peer
care.
pressure.
It looks fun though,
Why
but
do you
if I
start
hurt,
something to quit?
because it's my prerogative.
It's not.
I can't.
What about
I
the
just
It's called
don't
team?
want-
dedication.
I don't want to get on something and hurt myself, and then I'm like,
Stretch first.
I just
First of all, she kicked you in your knee.
I
Kicked you in your wrong kneecap.
I don't want to. Have you guys seen it? Like,
Just like marriage.
I don't know where we're going, so let's change the subject.
It's just like
Yes.
marriage.
Everything got confusing to me.
All right, so I thought about
I'm back on that. I don't want to get on something.
HR Studio B, please. HR to Studio B.
go ahead, Michael.
So I thought about this last night, right? So I bumped into a couple people recently. Won't mention their names. We'll talk about names off air. Should have told y'all before to set y'all
Right, so I
up.
can say it now.
Right, exactly.
Oh,
But
you mean
it made me think about this, right? Do you feel as if you blossom too soon from an entrepreneurial perspective.
No.
And I say that because people that I had the pleasure of bumping into, if they were doing what they did back then today, they would be in a different place. And I'm really talking financially.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It made me think about, like, I've been doing internet radio since 2009, before the game. Elam, you've been on relationships, hell, with us back then.
Right.
Cole, you've been an
Self-defense,
entrepreneur
all
forever.
ever.
You know what I'm
2006.
saying? And to see people that didn't get a chance to enjoy the fruits of what they did and be celebrated
still alive.
the way they normally would.
Yeah, I mean, I if I look back, I definitely would say for me, I didn't blossom too soon, and luckily I didn't, because I had to grow into even the space that I'm in today that I can even handle. I always say to people, sometimes you need to be happy that you're not wealthy yet, because if you were, you would have lost it. Just
Right.
like some people need to be happy that they're not married yet, because if you would have been it wouldn't have been working for you. So some of it, the growing pains along the way, even being on the radio show, it helped me to figure out how to speak,
Right.
and then also cut off, because I can go long-winded. So
You?
yeah,
No,
so
not you.
Wrap
You
it
know-
up, B.
so, you know what I'm saying?
Land the plane, Elon.
But all of it is all of it is a growing pain and actually helps you. So some people you blossom when you're supposed to.
Yeah.
Well, for me, right, I think that in the last 10 years, life has changed from entrepreneurial perspective as far as the ability to marketing, ability to market, the ability to get your word out, to create narratives, to build storylines. In the last 10 years of social media, there is so many things that have happened at an accelerated rate
Yeah.
Yep.
that if I didn't start so far in advance, I almost would have to be back in school now
Yeah.
just to understand
Absolutely.
all these things and how they're progressing. Like this level of AI, I mentioned it earlier, this AI shit is crazy.
Yeah, it
Bruh.
really is.
It's
Like I could type in a sentence on my phone and get a 30-minute lecture with plagiarism
Hey.
checking already done.
I thought it was dope. I think Grammarly has this commercial too. They're like, use us when you're addressing your team so you can say the right thing instead of, hey guys, we should have done better yesterday. Versus Grammarly will say, hey guys, I know that we were focused on
yeah.
blah, 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 blah. I'm like, damn, it changed the whole
and that's not
thing
even
around.
AI.
that's not AI though.
No, well, no,
Like
that
AI
is.
It's on a
But that's
smaller-
on a
it's
low
editing.
level. I'm going on a low. I mean,
Yeah,
there's so
that's
many
a-
other
Well,
levels
I
where
mean,
you don't
something
even
simple
look.
as you can say, this is what I want to talk about. I could, on relationships, I could, in my phone right now, type in, you want to give a 15-minute seminar or something, I could type it, 15-minute seminar on relationships for newlyweds. Boom, it'll give me a 15-minute seminar, sometime with PowerPoint slides and tell you what you should use for the slides. This shit is fucking crazy.
I just wish and I hope that people are utilizing it as an asset and not their brain.
Oh no,
And
it's
I
gonna
say
be the
that
latter.
to say,
It's gonna be the latter.
I
Why
mean,
wouldn't I use it as my brain? I trust it more.
So, for instance, when we were talking about them banning TikTok, for me, when I see different things on TikTok, I save it and I'm like, ooh, I'll go back. You know what I'm saying? To go over this or use it when needed. But when they are talking about banning TikTok, it puts me in a rush to say, okay, how do I make notes off this or save this video to use it down the line? When I think of things like that, like Chat GPT, I think it's called,
Yes.
great tool. But if I'm just utilizing you because I know that you'll do it, it makes me dumber.
I disagree.
And I feel that it makes me dumber because I had to put no neurological thought into this outside
you,
of saying,
you do though.
check
You
Because
this
you gotta
out.
things.
execute. You
You
still
gotta know what
gotta
to ask.
execute though.
Yeah, you still gotta
You
do
still
it.
gotta execute.
You gotta edit it.
It's giving you.
know?
So I'll give you a prime example. I got the AI jaunt right,
Okay.
and I'm considering re-releasing truisms, right? And what I did was I asked the question: what is the best advice for a book cover for a book named Truisms? And when I tell you,
It gives you all
look
that
what
shit.
this motherfucker said.
Right.
And one of the first things that they said, the best advice for a book cover would depend on the tone and content of the book. However, here's some great tips. Choose a design that reflects the theme of the book. Since the title is Truisms, it's suggested that the book may contain simple and straightforward truths about life, which it does. Wow. and it's breaking it down. Yes, what it does is it takes the work and gives you a foundation of what to build on. I still got to do the work.
Right.
Man, look,
He's not making
Obama
a
had
cover.
a ghostwriter, nigga. You know what I'm saying? It's like
Well, a lot
Obama
of,
had a ghostwriter.
I'm
Yeah.
not saying anything against it.
But I'm saying that's what it is. You know, you can have it's a ghostwriter.
I'm
And-
just
and-
hoping
and-
we don't
That's a
turn
different way
into
of thinking
Wally.
about it.
Y'all
And
seen Wally?
I remember that. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
I was gonna say though, it's even so AI is
That
so.
motherfucker say Wally.
Yeah.
Ain't that the
Wallow?
little trash can that was shaped like E E.T.?
Yeah, and
the
the
little
people
antennas and
moved,
shit.
and the people moved to outer space and became super lazy to where they couldn't even walk when things become too convenient and you have things working for you and you're just a vessel maneuvering in
well,
them.
the reason why I'm gonna agree with her is because technology, even to the point where let's think about it, children aren't even learning how to write now.
For what though?
Why?
What?
Because
For what?
technology
You
has
type
taken
it.
them to
For
the
what?
point.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Is that really saying that's a skill set that we don't need in order
Yes.
to communicate?
Yes.
So
Yes.
if electricity goes out, right?
Then motherfuckers
So we
won't
have
be
to still
talking.
figure out how to communicate.
But I don't think
it's
what I'm
words.
saying?
That's still not writing.
Huh?
You can still be verbal.
we could break that down in so many different ways. Of just saying, okay, what if I can't get my verbal to you? You see what I'm saying? Like you could be on in another state.
I
whatever.
enjoy
I mean,
nostalgic things because it separates me. So, for instance, I was talking to this older guy for a moment, and when I wrote in his birthday card, I wrote in cursive, which is a skill a lot of people don't utilize or don't know. You know what I'm
don't need it.
saying?
you don't need it.
You
I
don't need
get
it.
that, but these are things that I feel make me special. It's not
Yeah,
to
no,
say
no,
I
you're
don't
right.
need it in an everyday world. So I'm not speaking for the masses. I'm speaking for myself. I am a person who enjoys owning things or having tangible things. So when you sit up here and you tell me, oh, there's not going to be a use for writing anymore, like I am a journaler. I take notes. Even at work, I have a problem with having notebooks and paper because I physically need to write mine out and
Come on.
not type it.
You don't
Come on.
need to. You do.
You
but
don't need.
You
to,
could be in a space where
can
you
type
do
it.
need to do it.
I
can
don't
type
need
it.
to type it. I want to type
You
it.
can record it.
This is true, but I just told you this is for me.
That's
This is how I
that's your
retain.
choice.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
have a
that's
learning
right.
skill to where I need to write things down
I don't
to
know what y'all
retain
gonna do
it.
when money's out of circulation. That's coming.
No,
I'm about
I'm
to- look,
learning.
look, I'm
it's
we about to
a
have no money.
learning.
No, yes.
We're about to learn
We're
how
like
to
that
do
now.
crypto.
No,
I mean,
no,
I'm
but
like that now.
The
overstanding-
government is going in that route.
No, I'm just saying though.
Yeah.
Hell, we saw it with the digital currency when you got
I'm
businesses.
talking about this Fed now shit that's coming.
Yes,
this shit
that's
is,
what I'm
is
saying.
coming. We ain't gonna have cash anymore.
I mean,
We,
I'm
we
aware
already
of that.
remember the
Yeah.
coin shortage.
Yeah.
Remember we had the coin
Yeah.
shortage setting us up.
Yeah.
Remember everybody got the chips
Yeah.
now,
Mm-hmm.
setting us
That
up.
was it.
Everything's
Dickhead of the
electronic.
day. You don't stop trying
Talk to it.
take
Yeah,
my
'cause we
fucking
got like
piece.
4
Go ahead.
minutes.
Right. You use all my fucking time.
Go
Damn.
then.
Andrew Lester.
Talk about him.
Ralph Yarl.
Talk
16-year-old that was shot going to pick up his siblings. Went to the wrong house because he didn't have his phone. Got shot once in the head, another time in the chest. He is still alive, but barely. So
He's out.
let's start over. He still got shot in the fucking head.
Yes, he did.
Okay.
But he's home recovering.
He is at
So,
home
yeah.
recovering, but he barely made it.
Yeah.
You got a better way of saying it?
Yes.
I'm gonna start fucking correcting him on everything. Anyway, so did y'all see the dude, Andrew Lester?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So it's a couple things here, right? One, yes, we can make it only about race. It's easy to say race. But can that motherfucker see? He looked very fucking damn old and see now. Can he see?
He saw well enough.
He saw a motherfucker at the door and he had no visitors.
So you're telling me that
No.
this was the only occasion that someone unannounced came to his door?
That's not
Right.
It's a possibility. I ain't never been I ain't knocked on his door. I bet you I won't trick or treat in his neighborhood.
I mean,
Fuck that, for real.
again, this is
it's so fucked up.
a prime
Rent Center
example.
don't even come to it though.
Nah,
do they?
nigga, just keep the shit. I get about $14.99 next week, nigga. So just keep the shit.
This is a prime example once again of
Who going to Mr. Lester house?
I'm
Shit,
good.
Not me.
You know who? Chauncey. Chauncey Hugo.
it's a prime example again for showing empathy.
Okay.
And I'm not here for it.
But I also feel that, right?
Chauncey.
That charges should have been filed. They have been filed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
They get no empathy from me.
But regardless, the motherfucker is old.
and
Hey,
He might have cataracts. He
It
might
don't
have
matter. You get no empathy.
Cadillacs.
Before we get out of here, man, April 21st, man, on this day, tell me if y'all remember these days, man. 1789, John Adams was sworn in as the first vice president of the United States.
Just if we remember, in 1789. That's the type of shit he said.
It was also 1865 on this day. Abraham Lincoln's funeral train left Washington, D.C. 1977, Annie opened up on Broadway. It was
remember
on
that.
this day in 1986. I know you remember this. Geraldo Rivera opened up the vault that belonged to Al Capone
Sure
at the
did.
Lexington Hotel in Chicago, and it wasn't
Nothing
shit in
there.
there. It
Not
was
a
like a
goddamn-
big dramatic
Yep.
production.
And we're here. Oh, remember they whooped his ass in the bathroom?
Yes.
Geraldo Rivera.
Hey, it was also on this day back in 1989 that the Game Boy video game device was released in Japan. And then finally, it was on this day, 2000, in Singing Springs, PA. A
In
man
what?
Sinking
What?
Springs, PA.
What?
Pennsylvania.
Yep. A man chases a strange girlfriend through town and then forced her into the path of an oncoming train. The woman and her 3 passengers were killed. That happened on this day back in 2000. What a way to end the show.
On death, yes.
It's
Fatal
strange.
attractions.
Yes.
That's that needs to be a topic.
Fatal attractions.
Crazy women.
Why do women got to be crazy?
Crazy man.
me
This
tell
is a
you.
crazy. This is a crazy
men.
dude
Let me
right
tell
here.
you. I only got experience with the crazy women.
Oh, shout out to you not being gay.
Shout out to you not being gay. I take that.
Not that there's anything wrong with
Right,
it.
not that anything wrong with
I was
it,
gonna
but
say,
that's-
oh, this is where we're going. This is
Right,
how we're
I'm
ending the
about-
show today.
Hey,
Okay.
I like the way we in these shows.
Like we did last
Okay.
time.
These
No,
gay
I'm
motherfuckers
out,
out here, right?
goddamn. Yeah.
Let's talk about these gay people.
we will not.
And
Thank you guys
cut.
so much for tuning in. Each and every Friday, it is 3 and Impossible.
That's so